Do you want to redo the joke that you just did that I didn't manage to record?
Which jokes? All of them?
Yeah, all of them.
Yes.
So basically the last 20 minutes of jokes. Could you just redo all of those?
Well, I find jokes to be funnier the second time you hear them. So I think it could only improve the quality of the jokes.
Yeah, I think so too. I think, just retaking the jokes that I wasn't able to record because I wasn't recording would be good.
Okay, good. Where do you want me to begin? Back, baby! Get out, Guy Firuski! Nobody cares about Guy Firuski. It's all about this guy, E. George. Steven Jerzak, who is that? I like Jersey. He's a good guy. He's a good friend of mine. But get out of here. Go back to old Jersey, where Guy Firuski, New Jersey. I don't care. It's me. I got fired. I got rehired. I was working as a Macho Man impersonator in Times Square in New York City for 2 weeks, but COVID, it was shut down, so nobody really came by. It was rough. I toured Mexico as a masked luchador. That one hurt. I got stung by a bee. I decided to open up my own beehive. Now here I am. I'm back on the podcast, ready to talk about video games with the one and only Platinum Trophy. Let's go, baby!
Hello and welcome back to TCS with Josh and actually George, again, in the flesh, wearing a very nicely fitting Gymshark t-shirt.
Jim, did you notice the fit?
I
It was a
noticed the
gift.
fit.
It was a birthday gift. It was a birthday gift.
It's looking good. Gymshark, really.
I killed a shark for this.
It's made from real shark.
This is real shark.
100% real shark.
They're really missing out on branding if they're not saying it's made from real shark.
That's good, right? That's what they should have on the tag. 100%
Yeah, they're stupid.
shark.
They're
Captured
stupid.
and killed in America.
Yes! It's good to be back.
It's good to be back. Absolutely. We've had a couple of weeks of no podcasts and a couple of weeks of guest podcasts, and now we have George again back after doing a number of jobs that you've kind of described to us. Last time we saw you on video, you were at the Renaissance Fair, though.
Yes, I was working as a blacksmith at the Renaissance Fair. Well, what's so funny? It's
Nothing.
a serious
No.
job.
Yeah, I know
It's
it is.
legitimate.
Yeah, I know.
Prior to that, I was on vacation, or as you would call it, holiday.
What?
And I was getting meat slapped.
The tourist.
That was weird. The Tourist on PlayStation, I completed that 100%. But that's not what we're talking about. But yes, I was unceremoniously dethroned from my position. I wasn't even aware of it. You were like, "Yeah, go take some time off," and then I need to take some time off. It'll be totally cool. I'll let everyone know. And then somebody took my spot.
Yeah, that was like a last minute thing. I realized we didn't have any podcasts, and I was like, well, do we just go on a break and not say anything? And then I was like, you know what? Let's kind of go on a bit of a break and not say anything. And I was also record some guest podcasts at the same time. It's been a whole thing.
Well, Guy Firuski never asked me to be on his podcast.
That's true, actually. He didn't ever ask you to be on his podcast.
And I would like to talk to him about when Piccolo got eliminated from the Tournament of Power.
There you go, Guy.
Because
we want to have us on your podcast. We want to do an entire episode about Piccolo being eliminated from the Tournament of Power by a cricket. That's the topic.
A little cricket. A little baby cricket. I like anime.
It's there, Joel. It's out there. Have us on. We'll come and do it.
The cricket is in your court. What a stupid little cricket ruining my favorite character, Stepdad Piccolo.
Have you ever considered getting a tattoo of that cricket?
Yes.
What would it take for you to get a tattoo of that cricket?
Well, the cricket's undetectable. I already have it.
Because he's so small.
You can't see
What
it.
about
It's
if you
powerful.
got a tattoo of the moment the cricket knocked Piccolo out of the Tournament of Power? It's just the whole scene.
And then I could show Toriyama.
Yeah.
And be like, yeah, you like this? You like this right here?
Straight up
Your character, Piccolo?
disrespecting Piccolo.
Piccolo used to be a king. I just want you to know that.
He did. He actually did. Now look at him.
He's getting beat up by little crickets. He used to be a king.
Now, I want to talk about our top 10 Piccolo moments this episode, but we're actually going to be talking about Predator Hunting Grounds instead, which is... Joel,
Yes,
I'm 100% serious.
Grounds.
Joel, get us on the podcast. We want to do our top 10 Piccolo moments, or top 3 Piccolo... There's only one that we really need to talk about. Our top Piccolo moments. That's something for Guy Ferruski's channel. We'll be on there in a couple of weeks' time.
What about Piccolo driving the car?
That's one of the moments.
That's one of them, right?
Yeah.
Piccolo getting his P's.
That's one of
the
them.
most important part.
When Piccolo got his driver's license.
You can fly. Why you get the car, man?
Oh, man. That's not what this is about. Although I'd love for that to be. Today we're going to be talking about Predator Hunting Grounds, which is the PlayStation Plus free game this month. There is no real structure to how we want to do this, but George and I have been playing Predator Hunting Grounds, or Predator Hunting Grounds.
Predator.
I've heard it both ways. For the last couple of while. And I thought it would be an interesting topic because we don't normally just talk about a game like this. We did it once for what was the game?
Biomutant.
Biomutant, that's right. And that was more of like a review. This isn't that. This is just Predator Hunting Grounds.
Yes. It's free and it is a game that has been played by us.
It's important to note the game actually isn't free though. It would normally cost you like $60, right?
40. It's budget, right? Was it didn't
I would
come out
hope
at 60?
I certainly would hope so. It's a
I
budget.
don't think it was released at 60.
So let's say more budget title. Important caveat: published by Sony. So it's actually published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. Their name's on it at the start. It's all there. They're proud of it. And it is developed by a studio called Ilphonic. They are the guys that made Friday the 13th, which is an asymmetrical horror game. They're also working on what's the game with Bruce Campbell? The movie with Bruce Campbell?
Evil Dead.
That's
Army
it.
of Darkness.
They're making Evil Dead asymmetrical game at the moment. So they're working on that. Friday the 13th, one of the biggest licensing failures in the video game industry ever, I would say. Right up there. They botched that. If you're from Ilphonic and you're watching this, they're not going to be, so I'm not even going to... I was going to apologize and say no disrespect, but they're not going to be watching this anyway, so it doesn't really matter. In fact, no one from the channel is probably going to be watching this, so doesn't really matter what we say. So, Predator Hunting Grounds is an asymmetrical action game. 2 teams. Played by... One team is the Predator, or they play as the Predator in third person. And his job is to kill the fire team, the soldiers. The other team is 4 soldiers, and their job is to complete a series of 3 kind of innocuous objectives, and then get into a helicopter and fly away without being killed by the Predator. So they've only got 2 varying tasks that they need to achieve here. Am I missing anything? That's like the base premise of the game, right?
That's the base premise, right. It's set in the Predator universe. Humans go and do essentially what the soldier missions were in the Predator movie. Predator tries to kill them.
Are we sure it's set in the Predator universe?
There's a Predator there. Well, I don't know if it's in the official Predator universe, but...
Because there's a lot of stuff in there that's not in the official Predator universe. Like the Cleopatra Predator. I don't know. I don't remember that.
The intense amount of hogs.
The Pred Tech.
I think that's about it.
So it may or may not be set in the Predator universe.
Well, it uses the Predator franchise is a better way to phrase it, I should say. I'm not going to say it's canon to the Predator series. I don't know. But I will say Predators are in it, and they're trying to kill you.
So you've had quite a bit of experience with these guys, because you played through all of Friday the 13th from launch.
I did.
Day one.
I played it. I think I'm one of the first platinums on that game.
Famously, yeah.
I did. I liked Friday the 13th a lot. And Ilphonic they do not deviate from their sound. I don't know if you've noticed that, but the sounds that they use are the same in all of their games. Do they work on Dead Army?
I don't believe that's them. No, I think that's someone else.
God, Dead Army sounds like Friday the 13th
That
when
doesn't
you're
shock me
playing it.
though. It's probably there's probably like
There's
it's similar
something in
genre.
there.
I mean, they could
But
be.
but as soon as I loaded up Predator, it looks like someone put a mod on Friday the 13th, and instead of Jason, it's a Predator, you know. And when you were talking about how Sony has their name on it, I immediately pictured how crappy that loading screen looks, or that landing screen looks with the grainy filter on it. It looks like a VHS tape that's struggling, but not in a charming way like RE7 when you use VHS tapes in RE7.
In a way
It's
that
like
was kind of like, this is how it is, and they've used it as an excuse. Like it's not by design, it's just unintentionally like that.
It's like, this video need to finish processing? What's going on? This looks so bad.
So I've looked up their stuff, and I don't know where I got the thing about. So they've only worked on a couple of games. So a game in 2012 called Nexus, which I've never heard of before. Friday the 13th. Dead Alliance, which I remember playing. A horrendous game. Predator Hunting Grounds in 2020. And then this year, a game called Armageddon, which I'm not sure what that is either. Then they've got a bunch of support for Crisis 3, Evolve, Sonic Boom, Star Citizen, Ghetto Golf, Project Advena, and Revival. I, for some reason, remember them working on that Bruce Campbell property, but obviously I'm wrong. So let's scratch that from
What
the
is
record.
Ghetto Golf?
Doesn't have a link. It's just you know when it's like a Wikipedia good. Without a link? Yeah, that's how it shows
that's
up.
Good. That's good. I would cancel that game too. It sounds immediately offensive.
Just kill it now. It's not worth it.
Yeah, just end this. This is not going to be NFL Street.
So they're a studio that's been around for long enough. Like their first game was 2012. So they've been around long enough.
Yeah, they've been around the block. I mean that I mean it was kind of funky when they lost that Friday the 13th license, man. That was weird. That was a weird one. Because I was still kind of playing it when they were like, all right, guys, I just want to let you know, it's done. We can't do anything else.
So it turns out we don't have the license for this game that we've been working on and making. So we're just going to stop working on it now, but we're still going to sell it. But we also don't own it or anything.
They got cease and desisted on it, right? So they were like, we can't. They were working on a new map, and they're like, we got a whole new thing coming out, and then we're gonna roll out a new Jason. And they're like, oh, psych! Too bad, we got caught up in the courts.
I don't know how that happens. That's insane, right? As a story, the fact that they worked on a game, advertised it, released it, and then the studio is like cottoned onto it at some point. They're just like, wait, what? Someone released a Friday the 13th game? Sue these guys!
Licensing is weird, man, because like I had a craving to go back and buy the Marvel Ultimate Alliance games and play them.
Yeah.
And the licenses were up when I was looking for them.
So they
I couldn't buy them.
Right.
Yeah, I could. Well, I think they might be back now.
Mm-hmm.
But the Deadpool game disappeared.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like all of the Activision Marvel properties just disappeared one night.
There was like an X-Men one that used to be on the Xbox 360 as well. I remember when that got delisted.
It's not X-Men Origins Wolverine.
It's not.
The Origins. The sequel to that is coming out soon, right?
I heard so. Yeah, apparently it's coming out. I got announced like a week or so ago, I think.
2025, 2026.
Yeah, something like that. It's just like X-Men Origins Wolverine, the movie, the game too.
Logan,
the movie, the game.
Yeah.
So like this is a weird game. It feels similar to Friday the 13th in the sense that like Friday the 13th never felt finished to me. It felt like they released a game and they were planning on developing it up and finishing it over the next couple of years, like and getting it to that stage where it was like a nice polished release. And Dead by Daylight was exactly the same. The game came out in beta, then they released it like more widespread, and it was still very rough. And as time's gone on, it's grown and gotten better. But the original Dead by Daylight was probably as somewhere around Friday the 13th level of roughness, I would say.
Yeah, I didn't mind the roughness of Friday the 13th.
Really?
But it was it was like my first foray, well, I guess besides Evolve, into asymmetrical multiplayer gameplay.
Yeah.
And I didn't play Dead by Daylight. I was like, I either need to spend a lot of hours on Dead by Daylight or Friday to get the platinum. So I just did Friday. But I liked it. Like, I enjoyed being Jason. I was really good at it by the time I was done with my actual gameplay before I just like boosted the trophies.
Yeah.
But I really did like that game. So
fair enough.
You know,
it did have
I was
a hook
kind of
to
hoping.
it.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that Predator would immediately hit that level of like rough charm for me.
Yeah.
It has not.
It's a very strange one, because I think Friday the 13th, in premise, it's the same thing. It's avoiding the killer, and the survivors are doing a series of like objectives to escape, essentially, which is kind of what this is. You're doing a series of objectives to essentially escape the monster. But there was a difference, because you couldn't really actively fight Jason very effectively.
It was very hard to kill Jason.
In Predator, you can flip the script on the Predator in seconds and decide.
We're hunting. We're going hunting, boys.
We're going hunting. And then the Predator becomes the prey very quickly.
Predator's just running for his life. And we're like, get him! He's over there! I see him.
It's a strange one. So we played our first ever match. Do you want to go back to that memory? And we loaded in the first ever match and just heard, like, just describe the sounds you heard.
Well, so if you're familiar with the Predator films, he makes the iconic clicking sounds when he's hunting.
Uh-huh.
And I was really excited to hear like that clicking, but it was just loud, aggressive oinking from just hogs everywhere. And I was like, Josh, is it just this hog sound all the time? And Josh said, yeah, this is Hog Island. This is here. We're here.
Welcome to Hog City.
Hogtown. Welcome to Hog City. You're the Hog King. And it got so bad that we had matches where the audio would just drop, but the only thing that would come through from the effects field was only hog sounds. So like you're just running through the map, no audio, with just loud pig sounds all the time. I love it.
Yeah. Are there pigs in the movies?
Yeah, so like, you know the scene where Arnold puts his arm out and grabs the other guy's arm and they flex really hard? The other arm is a pig arm.
The pig seems to do nothing in the game. And look, maybe there's some Predator aficionados out there and you can tell me what they
The Predator eats pigs to get health back.
Is that canon?
I think. I don't know if it's canon. I need to catch up on the extended universe. My latest Predator comics have not arrived yet, but I know that when we're hunting the Predator and he's running around, he's looking for pigs because he's wanting to feast.
There's a lot of pigs. There's a lot of pigs in this game, and they are they're noisy, and there's an enormously disproportionate number of pigs on the maps that we've played.
So I guess to be fair, the pigs are to serve a couple purposes, like audio distraction, so you confuse it with the Predator.
Yep.
And then alert, so if you shoot it because you're scared, the Predator knows where you are because the Predator can hear it. And then the Predator can eat it. So I guess putting 500 pigs on one map does make sense
on paper.
From that standpoint, on paper, yeah.
In execution,
but there's also 500 pigs. My favorite part is when the Predator self-destructs and the camera pans out and all you can hear is pigs screaming because so many pigs are dying in the radius. You just hear loud squealing, and then an exfil is like, "Congratulations, soldier, you got out of there."
The pigs have quickly become one of the most enjoyable parts of this gaming experience. I think they've very quickly risen to the top of the best part of this game.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I liked Friday because of the power dynamic. Jason was really strong. The teenagers were not.
Mhm.
And that that disparity is not as large in this game. And it's amplified when you give both sides guns because the gunplay is not good in the game. The gunplay doesn't handle well at all. You're not playing Apex Legends over here. You're not playing a cracked shooter. It's very stiff. You're so slow. You can't aim well. It's ugly. So it's like I don't enjoy this because the joy from gun games are when the gunplay feels really good, not from just being like, what am I shooting at? A red barrel.
Very stiff and rusty. Well, I've just come from Call of Duty Black Ops 4 and it feels fine to me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
you keep bringing up Call of Duty Black Ops 4.
I don't think so. Have I brought it up much? I don't think
Not enough.
No, I don't think we've talked about it much. So yeah, there's like the gunplay doesn't feel particularly good, but the weirdest part is that the Predator is strong. He is quite overpowered, but 4 people with guns playing cooperatively are also incredibly overpowered towards one dude.
If you just stay close to your teammates, you go, he's trying to kill me now, and everyone turns and shoots the Predator. He just says, sight, and just turns around and runs. He's like, oh, can't kill them. I'll be back.
Yeah, it's very, like, it's on very rare occasion in the amount of games we've played so far that the Predator has wiped us out completely.
Well, the tendency is that we shoot him a lot and do 1,000 damage to him, and then he disappears to go look for pigs.
Yeah.
And we just go to the extract. We're like, well, if you're gonna go pig up, we're just gonna escape. See you in a bit.
Yeah. It is unusual. It's a weird game. It's a really weird game given the amount of assumed budget I just imagine it had, given it's a Sony published title, given it's a licensed title as well. Although, on saying that, maybe a lot of that budget went towards the licensing for this game and not actually the development.
That's true. I didn't even think of that. That is an interesting point. But, I don't know. Like, I'm playing Aliens right now. I'm trying to finish the Platinum on Aliens.
The 20th Century Fox trifecta, yeah.
Right. I'm trying to finish that. That is a licensed title. It's budget. I think it's $40. And it's kind of stiff, but I'm loving it. I'm loving playing Aliens. I think it's the franchise.
It's a bit of franchise. Really do.
Because I like the Friday franchise a lot. I really like the Friday the 13th movies. I like the Aliens movies a lot. Predator, I'm okay with. Predator 2, no way. Predators, no. Alien versus Predator, no. Alien versus Predator Requiem, no way. I'm not interested in like the Predator movies kind of fall off for me after
the first one.
Oh, and then there's just like the Predator, like a new The Predator 2. Did they also have like a remake that they did that had like Key and Peele in it, whichever Key, Peele, one of them.
Possibly.
They had a new Predator, but that franchise is just not as endearing to me. Besides, God, kill me,
get to the chopper,
Dylan, you son of a bitch. Like, I like that part, but once Arnie is out, I'm like, yeah, I'm out too. Like, I'd rather just play a Terminator game.
Yeah,
and even those crappy Terminator games, I like those.
Yeah. It is a super weird franchise to tackle. I guess like they're looking at the Alien franchise potentially and tying the two quite closely together and being like, well, there's an equal amount of lore here, but the truth is there's not. It's just basically a military shooter, but then there's just this one alien in it as well, and you're kind of just like, that's...
Well, it's also a jungle military shooter, and those have never done well either.
Yeah, we did talk about that, right? I can't think of another one that's like amazing, like Vietnam, like jungle shooter per se. Like you've got your corridor shooter like Call of Duty Black Ops, for example, but we're talking like open, semi-open at least, jungle shooter. I don't know another one that's great.
No. I will say, when you are the Predator, it is cool to do predcore in the trees. I spent a lot of time like in the tutorials and then playing around with predator mechanics.
Predcore.
It is pretty cool.
Predcore.
So I mean, if the selling point is okay, being a soldier sucks, but being a soldier sucks. Be the predator. You know, the predator does have cool movement when you're running up and down the trees and hopping through there and blasting people with your shoulder cannon and netting people and using your tongue going, want some candy? Like those are pretty good. Those moments make me laugh.
Sure. My favorite part is when we flip the script on the predator and instead of doing the objective, we just hunt him aggressively and chase him.
He's over there.
He's running away through the trees and we're just chasing him. And it's not the way the game's intended at all. Like, the game does not want you to be chasing the predator aggressively through the forest. And we've had a lot of success just doing that.
I remember when this game released. When did this game release? 2018? 2019?
2020.
This year? Wait, last year?
Last year. Yeah, the game came out last year.
COVID time is like this. So it's like, it feels like it was 10 years ago.
That's true. That's fair.
But the I had friends who bought it on launch. Were like, "Yo, this Predator game."
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they're like, "This looking good," and it's only $40. I was like, "That's not good."
No,
it's only $40. Usually means it's not good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a licensed game, man, and they unless I'm wrong, unless it was 60, but immediately they said, "Oh my God, the trophy list." That was the first thing my friend said after they pre-ordered it. They were like, "Oh no!"
Yeah, that's something
hopefully it's boostable.
We should talk about that. So the trophy list is an enormous grind fest. On PSN profiles, they reckon 150 hours, but I assume that's like min-maxing it for one person, not for potentially 4 people trying to get through
for the squad.
And for the boys trying to get through
Gotta do it for the boys.
And platinuming this game. All of the trophies except for one can be boosted in private lobbies. So you can technically cheese it even though it's a multiplayer game, except for one trophy for playing 100 quick play matches. But that doesn't make it any easier really, because it's still an enormous grind. Similar to Friday the 13th, where you had to get the 1,000 Jason kills. This one here you have to get 1,000 Predator kills, basically. Like kills with...
You had to get 13 Jason kills 13, and 1,000 Jason matches. Suck it, comments.
Well, this
Suck
one
it,
here...
comments. You're not gonna get us. Actually, Josh.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It was 1,000 matches.
So yeah, this one here you've got to do... I don't think there's like a huge match number. I think it's like 100 matches, but it's 1,000 soldier spines with the Predator. So like the Predator fully taking down a player, which is a huge amount of them. Like you could get 4 in a match. I guess if you really min-max it, you could get 7 in a match. Well, technically 8, right? 8 in a match. Because they can revive. Oh no,
is it faster to do the reconnaissance mission, or is it faster to just start a new lobby?
I think the fastest way is just start a new lobby. It's just to kill them, wait through that loading screen. So it's pretty much like 4 per match. I don't know the math on that, but it's a lot of matches that you'd have to play as the Predator. Then on the soldiers side, you have to get 1,000 headshots, which has got nothing.
That's a tough one.
Nothing to do with the Predator. That's just getting 1,000 headshots.
That's shooting AI. So find AI and shoot them in the head.
Which is
well, you know, you just got to sit there, get your games in, check your stats tracker, see how far you went.
That's what you'd assume, right? That would make sense when you're playing a game with a lot of stats and a lot of really grindy trophies, right?
Yeah. Is there not a stat tracker?
Famously, no. There's no stat tracker whatsoever. There's no way of knowing where you're at or how many hogs you've slain or how much mud you've put on yourself until that trophy pops.
The stupid mud. You just land off the helicopter and immediately... yeah, it's good mud. You want this mud?
Gotta put
you need some good mud.
They do have a mud up mechanic in the game, which we didn't really understand. I still don't really understand. It's to stop his thermal imaging, but that's like one of his abilities, which the Predator might not even bring for his loadout. So I don't really know why
So the Predator can scan you with thermal, but if you've mudded up recently, you're not on his thermal. But then he could just use his regular eyes to see a muddy man stumbling through the woods,
That's what I mean.
shooting pigs.
He's not always in thermal mode. Most of the time he's in normal mode, so it doesn't really mean anything. It's like a pointless mechanic. If his entire vision was in thermals, then it would make sense, right? Because then you're invisible to him, which would actually be kind of cool. But you're not.
So I guess the point is you mud up and then crouch and hide and stop moving.
Sure.
And then when he scans, you're just crouched, and he's like, I guess he's not here. I'll just stand here and wait.
That's mechanically how
shoots another pig.
Yeah, mechanically that's how it's designed to be played, so it's like the movie. But in reality, in like actual function, it doesn't work like that because everyone just attacks the pig and then the predator. So it's ridiculous. So the trophy.
It is what happens, right? When we're on the headset, Matt will be like, "He's on me," and we'll just be like, "All right, on our way," and I'll just start blasting the Predator. And Friday, when Jason showed up with his like VHS teleport, you would just be like, everyone would just be like, "Run, Jason's here!"
Yeah,
and you would just start hopping windows and closing doors and getting under beds. But when Predator shows up, everyone's perfect. Let's end this match early. Shoot his head off.
It's crazy, man. The trophy list is so grindy that that you have to obviously boost it in private lobbies, which is fine. And the cool thing about private lobbies is you can manipulate everything about the lobby. So this is actually something they did that I've not really seen this in many games before, especially a competitive multiplayer game. Is it competitive? It's a competitive multiplayer game by definition.
Yes.
So you can manipulate your like attack damage, your gravity, your movement speed, your rate of fire. You can like favor the predator or the soldiers or whatever it is. And you can like create these really wacky situations. You can even turn up the quantity of hogs by 500%. So there's 500% more hogs on the match.
That's a lot of hogs.
there's already a lot of hogs.
There's so many hogs. My problem with the amount of hogs is that it's hard to see them, but you can always hear them oinking.
You can always hear them oinking. You can not always see them though.
Like if you hear the oinks, they could be far. And then you'll see them just walking down a flight path, but the oink is in your ear. Imagine 500% more oinks with added oink speed.
Yeah, well, yeah, and you can turn the hog's speed up by 500% as well. So the hogs are just...
Who was like, yo, don't forget the hog slider for speed. We need that.
You just see this hog?
Nobody said that.
You go to look at him and he's just like, and he's gone. There's nothing you can do. The modifiers are fun. Being able to like run really fast and jump really far and do all those things. That's fun.
It seems like that's a thing that's lost in modern gaming because I feel like back on N64 and PlayStation, there was always an option to go into like a goofy mode and add sliders and cheats and have that stuff. Like NBA Jam would have like a big head mode and all of that stuff and all kinds of sliders. You just don't really see that anymore. It's cool that Predator at least offers that in your private lobbies.
It feels a little bit like, when you like put cheats on in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas to get the rocket launcher and the helicopter and stuff like that. It feels a little bit like that.
I like that. So I like bad games.
I know.
So like this game sucks, but I like booting it up and being like, oh, look at how terrible this is. I'm like, oh, this is great. I love how mad I am at that of how this sucks. I'm a glutton for that.
It hasn't
that's why I'm trying to finish Aliens.
Yeah, it hasn't become frustrating yet though. We haven't started grinding pretty hard yet. I think that's the next phase.
Yeah, but I know I never got frustrated grinding Friday because I played with funny dudes. I'm not playing with any funny comedy.
That's not going to be the case this time, though.
but when I was playing with the homies back in the day, just get on the headset and BS, grab some lunch, catch up. I'm still friends with a lot of those guys. So I don't mind games like that. I also, I was telling you this on headset, if anyone is like, look, we're going to get like a team of 4 and it's going to be 100 to 200 hours to grind these trophies out, I'm always down for stuff like that because I don't like to buy new games all the time, and if I'm constantly doing like an 8-hour, 10-hour platinum game, like I get mad. I get mad that I'm going broke so fast, you know. So
You like to go for the more rare ones as well. Anything with a significant grind like that normally has a slightly higher rarity on it. It's like a little bit more difficult, either by actual difficulty proxy or just by time consuming proxy, right?
yeah, or just a heavy amount of players that see the loading screen and then exit out and never delete it from their player card.
Yeah.
You know, like with the free games. I do play some of the easier ones just to mix it up, just to get a refresher, but I prefer stuff in like the 80 to 120 hour platinum range. That's kind of where I like to flow.
Makes sense.
Which is why I was really curious of whether or not Death Stranding was going to get a new trophy list or not.
You know, did, right?
Because I don't know. Did it? I don't know.
I assume it will.
If
it's
it's been released.
PS5 game, I think it will.
Well, if it's not an auto pop trophy list and it's just a new list, I'll probably play it again because I like that game.
Makes sense. So we're gonna work on this game. We're gonna try and platinum this game over the next wee while. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but yeah, that's Predator Hunting Grounds.
Do you recommend people try it? That's no. That means
it's free. It's free if you have PlayStation Plus, and you don't care about an 100% profile. Then yeah, give it a try. It's free. I think in the right circumstances, it can be fun. I think we've had a lot of fun with it, honestly. I think
we're always cracking up.
I think up until this point, we've definitely got our money's worth out of this game. And so if you're looking at it from that perspective, then yeah, the value is there. 100% the value is there. Because I think we've definitely got more than our fair share of laughs out of this game so far.
Sure.
And if that's what it's all about is having fun, then yeah, absolutely. But like objectively speaking, it's not good.
One of the guys I was playing Aliens with was like, he said, you know, I just like value my life, and if I put 150 hours into Predator, a game that's clearly bad, I will never return those hours of my life, so I will not play that. And I was like, we're playing Aliens, man. He was like, hey, this game is good. I was like, yeah, I like this game. I like this game.
Yeah, so that I don't know if you guys heard my dog just going insane in the background there. We just received a package, so I just had to go and answer the door there. He still seems to be going insane. So yeah, that's a wrap up on Predator Hunting Grounds and I guess Alien Colonial Marines as well. I know it's not that. I know that's not the name of it, but we're gonna use that. Any final thoughts?
Yes. If you can have a good time with a game that is not a masterpiece and you can have a good chuckle and laugh about it, I would recommend Predators. I like that game from that perspective. If you are a solo player who's like, look, I'm introverted, I don't like to go look for boosting partners, don't load this up because like you're gonna play 2 matches, be like, this is crap, and then you'll realize, oh, I did the tutorial, I have 1% unlocked on my trophy card, now I feel obliged to do 150 hours, but I don't want to, this sucks.
That's how I got him on. That's how I got George on board.
I know, you said, no, let's do it, it'll take 150 hours. Like, all right, I mean, I'll play this crap because I want Aliens and Predators back to back on my trophy card.
I see. You want the trifecta, and then we were going to play Aliens versus Predator, right?
I played AVP on Xbox, and it was great. I like that game.
I bet you did. So yeah, it's like you said, it's yeah, you can have fun with it. Some of my favorite games have been those terrible games. Like Payday 2 is not a good game. Like it does so much wrong, and it's so janky and not great. Yet it's one of the most fun experiences to have with a crew of people trying to rob banks. Same with Dead by Daylight. I mean, you look at Dead by Daylight, it's got a lot of problems, but it's an incredibly fun game for all of its jankiness. So, yeah.
Yeah. I guess the premium would be if the game is really good, and then you also have the boys, you have the crew playing a premium game having a good time like
Well,
Call of
that's-
Duty Black Ops 4.
That's you stole it. You stole it right in there from under me. Yeah, it's like a masterpiece like Black Ops 4. So if you guys want to see us do a wrap-up video for Predator Hunting Grounds, that's something we could look at doing. You won't have seen my Call of Duty one at this point because I don't think it's finished yet, but maybe we'll look at doing a Predator Hunting Grounds wrap-up after we've finished the Platinum as well. If everyone wants to see that, let us know in the comments down below. Don't forget to leave a like. The more likes we get, the more likely we are to do a wrap-up video for it. The more dislikes we get, the more likely we are to just delete this video completely.
I don't hate it. I like that idea.
I don't mind it. It's, you know what? You might be onto something there.
You know, when enough people say I hate this, it should be deleted, whatever that thing is.
I agree. I entirely agree. Let the people speak. All right. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Really appreciate each and every one of you. I know it's been a bit of a different episode today, but we just thought we'd do something a little bit more, just something different. Try something a bit different, because why not?
Something that we're actually currently doing and laughing a lot about.
Yeah.
Because every time you come in my Twitch chat and say draw hogs and make hog jokes, I lose it.
Yeah, because it's, yeah, Hog City.
It's the current meme. That's the current meme.
Hog City, exactly. All right, guys. Don't forget to go and check out George's YouTube channel. It's linked in down right below him there or in the description. He streams over on Twitch on Wednesdays, Saturdays,
And the Thursdays too.
and Thursdays as well, in that order. So don't forget to go and watch him on Twitch. If you want to check out some party games and have a good time and have a bit of laugh with him. I do, and it often makes my day better. That's all I have.
Thanks for watching.
Good to have you back.
It's all right to be back.
Good.
I'm just trying to get to that juicy Guy Faruski.
Joel, reach out. Let's set this thing up this week. Let's make it happen, Joel. Come on.
I can do Naruto. Josh can't do Naruto.
No, but we can all do Dragon Ball.
We can all do Dragon Ball. Yeah.
Happy New Year, everybody, especially to my Patreons and channel members. Thank you to each and every one of you fine folks for helping to keep this channel's lights running. 2022 is going to be an exciting year. I cannot wait to show you what we have in store for this channel. Thank you to everyone over here on the side of me to helping to support the channel and to keep the channel going. If you too want to help support the channel like these fine folks over here, you can do so by hitting the Patreon link in the description down below. And as little as $1 per month can help this channel out enormously. Alternatively, if you want to become a channel member, you can do the membership button that's just below this video. You get cool things next to your name. You get to use different emotes in chat. It's a whole thing. Either way, I really appreciate you. Thank you all so much. And trust me, 2022 is gonna be a good one. All right.